Hey guys, welcome back to Fate Grand Order, the Shinjuku Singularity for the Epic of Remnant. This time around, I'm going to be going a solo for a little bit, not even streaming this. This is purely for the YouTube channel's eyes. We are going to be covering the next two chapters, mostly because I haven't had the time to stream, and we've run out of content for the YouTube channel. So, rather than try and bring everyone together and try and make a big stream, especially considering that the Guda Guda event is currently running, I figured I might as well just go ahead and knock the next couple days of content out right there and then. With all that said, let's go ahead and jump right into chapter 7. Yeah, we're on chapter 7 now. Last session, we got, we ended up getting both Jalter and fighting off, what's his name? Rider of Shinjuku. So that was all good and fun, and I doubt because the event is going on, I wonder how many people we're actually gonna have with lunchtime call day bonuses. Everybody's in event mode right now, and which is nice, but it's also kind of sucky because I do not have the tools necessary for that. I also found out recently that this feature exists, the sort by the bond point thing, which is really nice. So with all, I think that should cover about the most of it. Let's go ahead and give, oh, she's just gonna barely run over on formal craft. Let's cover projection instead, and with all of that, we should be able to run this good. We're still running the basic shell of that front line that we were before, but hey, it's good just because it's already a good shell, kind of, and because it helps us actually raise a lot of these evil members' bond points up, so that is the more better part of it, more than anything else. This is a very dramatic piece. I'm guessing we're in the view of Dantes again. There are several ways of leading people into a trap. One is to cut off their escape route, making them think their current path is the only way forward. Another is to make them think their current path is the way they should go forward, and stop them from considering other paths as options. I wonder which trap he will fall for. Not that it makes any difference, of course. Since he's made the wrong choice right from the beginning. Is that trusting the altars, or is that trusting, good old Archer of Shinjuku, the dapper man of 50-something-year-old? What's this? You say you cannot trust me? Yeah, probably. Talk about the most reasonable advice in the world. I don't have anything else to add to that. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I agree with you. Everyone's on board with just kind of shitting on good old Archer here. But what can we really do? The very fact that our enemy has the same servant is ground for suspicion. Has anyone ever told you two that you have trust issues? I don't think now is the time to be insulting people, especially when we're already suspicious of you, and now your trust is being brought into question, or our trust towards you rather. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Still trust me, don't you, Master? More or less, even though we've been told that we shouldn't. A most practical answer. Very well then, let us go and defeat the Berserker of Shinjuku so that you may trust me more. I forget who the Berserker... Oh, it was Catherine, that's right. Or Christine. Catherine. But first, let me tell you everything I know. While we do have a better chance of victory now that there are 3 of us, it's still only a chance. If we were to attack head-on, we would surely be torn apart. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of, automatons. Not gonna be the best for us. Even with 3 servants on our side, and a pretty capable master, if I do say so myself. Is it really that dangerous? John and Artoria are both extremely powerful servants. I don't like the odds of head-on battle either, but I can't believe you would say that you have no chance at all. Well, to put it simply, it's all about numbers. There are about 200, I still don't recognize that word. Coloraturas? Coloraturas. Station and, God, all these foreign names. Kabukicho. There we go. And another 100 that patrol around Shinjuku on a regular basis. So 300 altogether, right? It's fair numbers, I suppose. Not really. In other words, if we charge in head-on, we'll be greeted by 200 Coloraturus all at once. Needless to say, we won't last long. Just a little bit of an understatement, kinda. It's like a quality over quantity thing, and just their quantity is beating our quality. And they still have quality. They still have, I don't know if Christine is necessarily a servant herself, but they have Assassin. Not Assassin. The Assassin still? I don't know. They have Phantom of the Opera, and Phantom of the Opera is the real danger. Even if we servants didn't die, Master certainly would, and without him, I'm afraid the game is over. That's not all. While these 200 Coloraturus are wandering around Kabukicho, they're also listening to a song playing from the loudspeakers. I'm guessing that's supposed to guide them, or... yeah. Song. Oh, wait. Berserker is Phantom of the Opera. Christine is just something else. Probably not even a servant entity, just a thing. Another automaton, more or less. Another Coloraturus referred to here. Every time she finishes singing, the Coloraturus applaud. This repeats all day, every day. Talk about violating labor laws. That wasn't the time for the snide one-liners. As it stands, Kabukicho is presently an impregnable fortress. And if that weren't enough, the area is a maze of similar looking buildings, any one of which could contain a number of Coloraturus. So it's not only is it just we're outnumbered, but we also don't know where they are, so they always have the essence of surprise on their side. They have the surprise attack at any time from anywhere in the city, except for probably our home base here, our little McDonald's basement that we're hiding out in. Not to mention that they can see us all clearly from the top of the buildings. If we find ourselves in a situation with puppets coming at us from all sides, then it'll be the end of the line for Master. I don't like that. I believe I've fought some of the patrolling puppets before. What else can you tell us about them? Oh yeah, I've busted a few of them up myself. Sure, she was saying that more to compete with Salter there than anything else. She was like, oh, she's done it? I've done it too. I fought them more than once too, and managed to fend them off before they brought in reinforcements. No matter what, within 36 hours, they once again numbered 200. Quite the phenomenon, isn't it? So they're automatically reproducing. Maybe the people that they're taking? They do take the various thugs around and stuff like that, the mages that are still within the city fending for themselves. When the Coloraturus are actually done feeding off them, maybe they use them to make more after they've been destroyed. Seems pretty fair of an assumption, or at least a decent deduction at best. And here's another bit of information. Coloraturus assigned to patrol don't just keep Kabukicho safe, they also regularly abduct people. Yeah, I think you can imagine. Yes, my deduction! And that is what I know of Kabukicho. So, has anyone come up with a strategy that doesn't include attacking head-on? Yeah, sneaking in or sniping, trying to go around the edges, something like that. Sniping! Do we have anybody that can do that? We have Archer here! Come on, you have a gun. Sadly, I doubt that even my entire long-range arsenal would be enough to take her down. That is unfortunate. In that case, I shall cut them all down with my Excalibur Merc. Isn't that kind of in the, in the scope of a full head-on attack that we were trying to avoid in the first place? Fortunately, that won't work either. Even if you obliterated all the Kabukicho, the Coloraturus, and the Berserk would still survive. They're... damn. They're pretty tough. They're extremely tough. A lot tougher than I've been making them out to be. I thought they were just, regular automatons that we could break down, like, kind of homunculi-ish. Not homunculi-ish, more like androids than anything else. Like... we could break them down pretty easily, but apparently if they could survive an Excalibur Morgan blast that even destroyed the city, then they have to be pretty tough. I'm sure you too have noticed the abnormality that permeates all of Shinjuku. While it may not be at the Age of Gods level, Tokyo in 1999, there's an impossible amount of magical energy swirling around. Do we still have our scarf? The scarf that Da Vinci made for us? That energy has been pouring into concrete buildings to the point even they now harbor it. So we really we're dealing with people that actually can probably take advantage of that. I'm forced to conclude that your sacred sword can do little to wreak devastation on Kabukicho. The buildings themselves are magic and probably reinforced with that. So you admit that you're a weakling? I guess that does take courage of sorts. And I suppose that you could do better without your little matchstick. It's more than hot enough to melt you. Still going off that IBQ. IBQ. Easy there. Yeah, you guys should probably stop this. You stay out of this. We're just gonna have a little argument amongst ourselves while, you know, Archer and Shinjuku and the Master go ahead and actually figure out a plan. First, there's something I'd like to ask you all to do. Bring back one coloratura without harming it. Oh, okay, so we're gonna do something with that. We could probably figure out some information if you take a look and investigate. You had the eye for deducting things, the deductive reasoning of a of a detective. So you determined all that from like very little information that we had about Artoria Alter, and you figured out that she was King Arthur off of that. So hey, bringing in live action coloraturas might actually yield us some pretty decent results. Kabukicho is dominated by illusions and puppets, so to see it clearly, we need a puppet of our own. So we're going to take control of one of them, or somehow do that. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. There are a number of materials I'll need to modify it, so I'll go find these in the meantime. That shouldn't be too difficult, since the local merchants have them for sale. See, they have ascension mats. I like ascension mats, please. Still surprised that the Count of Monte Cristo said that we shouldn't trust him. Perhaps he knows Archer's true identity? Hey, if that is what it is, then, I mean, maybe whoever Archer Shinjuku is actually a pretty decent reason for us not to trust them, regardless of him being the separated good part of our, you know, the evil Archer of Shinjuku back in the League of Villains. The guy's a puzzle in and of itself. Oh, whatever. If he's gonna betray us, it'll be at a crucial moment. Until then, we can keep using each other. Oh, shh. Coloraturas. Got the enemy here. Oh, man, and they're gonna eat up another person. Trying to bring us in. There's the song. They're taking the people away. Yeah, but we've already kind of established that that's the bad idea to do, as we almost kind of biffed it last time. It's very kind of you. Just don't blame me if you get caught up in the big mess. See, you're preparing for battle as you say that. Perhaps you're kinder than you let on. Alright, it's time to capture the Coloratura. We await your orders. Alright, time to go straight for it. We're dealing with assassins here, so they shouldn't have, like, shouldn't be too much trouble to deal with. That's what I'm getting at. Except if they have a very, very large HP to deal with. Right, okay, that was a little bit more unexpected. Shouldn't be too much of an issue regardless, but like still. That was a bit more of a shock than I was expecting. Go ahead and just focus on getting some crit stars up. We're gonna give you plenty. Oh wow, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Start up our rapid casting too. I need to raise that up more. I think that's not the next skill that I'm going to be focusing on, but it's going to be one of the skills definitely for sure. Also, I changed my mystic code to the other one. That way I can actually focus on. Not going to be able to use Caledonian Hunt all too much. Go ahead and pop our intuition, pop basically all our skills now just to try and do that. Get a little bit more of an effect out there. And with that, we should be good and have all of our stars go to Mysterious Hero 1X, which is what we really want here. Ooh, and even with that, we still have quite a bit. That should give us plenty of MP level, though. Especially if we get both of these crits. We only got one of them, but that's fine. As long as we don't get crit again. Ah, fuck. That did not go how I wanted it to. That did not go how I wanted it to at all. Go ahead and get started on this, shall we? This is more gonna, I guess we're gonna be focusing more on MP spam potential now than what we were going for earlier. This is gonna have, this team already has what, 8? We have 8, nice. Got pretty good damage off that. That's clearing that. Just training. There we go. We don't have enough yet. Damn it. Wasted all of them a little bit too early. Gotta focus on this healing. Hopefully this defense buff will help quite a bit. Well, that is if we actually get the defense buff. Because Atalante is kind of suffering in that regard. Ooh, double target on that. Please don't all go for Hans. We're okay-ish. Okay-ish. Oh, that was dangerous. That was, whew, that was not a good time. Go ahead and do Hunter's Gatherer and try and get all this done. Get our MP gain up a little bit. We should have enough from that to be able to actually kill with this. Not kill. But we'll be able to get Atalanta's MP, which is going to be the best part about this. Oh, damn it. Her MP generation is so bad. At least they actually all went for Atalanta there, which was probably the worst thing to do, but hey, I'm not complaining. Go ahead and Star Bomb here, and we should be all good after that. We'll start focusing on the next enemy. I have plenty of stars from that. Yeah, 96. I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing that number go so high. Nothing too good on this turn, unfortunately. We can... would it be better? Let's go ahead and just go for the straight damage on this instead. We get decent MP generation off this, not the big numbers that I necessarily want. We have Caledonia Hunt still up, so we might be able to get it. No, we're not going to be able to get it. Close though. Anderson out. That's a good part of our star generation gone. But hey, we have Merlin, so what's the big deal? Pop a Dreamlike Charisma, pop our next Phoebus Catastrophe, and let's see how this ends up going down. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, Phoebus Catastrophe would be really nice here, but I don't think it would be the best idea. Instead, let's focus on getting some more stars. Getting as much as we can. I forget if... Oh, it's just a one-hit evade, so I could have done a little something there. Not much, but something. Alright, but that's enough to get our next MP, which is the better part of this. The action reinforcement up, and from there... I shouldn't have done that. I should have looked at our deck and been like, hey, I could actually do something here. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Oh, and that this has actually been pretty taxing on my members. Surprisingly. But we should still be mostly good. I want to use it. Oh, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. This is an extremely bad idea. I wanted to see the numbers. Look at the pretty numbers go. At the very least, max HP helped a lot on this. And we get to have a cool little Emiya Alter and Brave Chain to actually finish this off. Gets in to see some action out of Emiya Alter. I did go ahead and pull him and raise him as fast as I could for a reason, after all. It's been a while since I've used Medea, I just realized. I think the last time I actually used her was like... I can't remember the last time I... Honestly. It's been a while, and I think that's the main hinge of my argument here. Alright, we've captured a puppet and helped the people escape. Endure sounds like something the Count of Monte Cristo would say. What? What's going on? It's nothing. Master, I shall carry the coloratura. Why don't you kill some time in the bookstore? Huh? What are you talking about? Let's get going already. Ugh, this is such a pain. Oh, for the... Are you capable of anything at all other than sheer ineptitude? That is some vocabulary. Flexing your muscles, your literature. Saying, hey, go learn you something over in that bookstore while I flex my literature, or my vocabulary muscle. Where'd that come from? Welcome back. I'm all set and ready to go. Here, coloratura. Man, that thing is freaky as hell. Why'd you bring it here? So you knew that when you made us carry it? What a depraved little man you are. I figured it would help us to know just what sort of opponent we're up against. See for yourself what's beneath its face. The hell? What is that? That's... a human... Ooh, ugh. Man, we're in the middle of a McDonald's. Like, I know McDonald's isn't exactly fine eating, but there's some sort of food etiquette there. Like, hey, don't talk about nasty stuff. Don't talk about, I don't know, live human brains and all the different, head functions. I don't know, all the head organs, skull organs, noggin organs. I don't know what the proper terminology for this is, but don't talk about that word. Don't talk about that ever. Please, it's creepy. I'm not good with it. I say, and then I'll go fucking play MK11 over later on. MK11 coming out, what, April? It's coming out? I don't remember. A human brain, and not only that, its eyes and nerves are all human too, so they're using humans as the basis for the coloraturas, just like I assumed. I encourage you not to look too closely. Won't soon forget the sight. Yeah, I don't think we're doing too good, all things considered. Now, do you understand, Stardust? That berserker is turning people into puppets. First he strips them of their skin, and then he removes their bones, leaving only some muscle and nerves, which he then packs inside of an empty mannequin. When he's done, he has a new autonomous marionette. One that sings, no less. This leaves us with two questions. First, what is his goal in doing this? And second, is it possible to save these puppets? For the first question, ordinarily one would think that humans move better than puppets. However, now that I have dismantled this one, I see that's not the case. The more I look at it, the more his artistic sensibilities shine through. The more I look at this gorish abomination, the more I admire it. Yeah, I see what you mean, much as I hate to admit it. Handiwork shows true artistry. Vinci, what do you mean? This is most likely based on loathing fastidiousness. That's a word. Loathing of the human form and fastidiousness and thinking of non-human humans as beautiful. These two things overlap, and as a result, him creating these things is nothing but a mere hobby. So he's just doing it because, hey, why not? You know, there's just a little human that I killed right over here. Why not make it a giant puppet that's gonna go around killing more people and make them into puppets? You know, it's a boring Tuesday after all. There's no sense in expecting such a thing from Berserker. Especially not one quite as mad as him. Now, as to the second question. Is it possible to save these people? I'd assume not. Yeah. I mean, regardless of being a puppet, their skin got stripped from them and their bones are gone. I don't think there's much coming back from that. For starters, the process of making them into puppets shatters their mind beyond repair. They're not alive. being preserved in an undead state. What hope of rescue could there be for them once they've seen their very bodies disassembled? No, they're very much dead and broken. A horrific crime, but since they are already beyond hope. Master, what do you think of misusing this puppet for our own? You know, actually using it for the... It's not ethical in the slightest, but the good old king has something to say about this. What do you have in mind? I mean, to plant a bomb inside this puppet. Ugh, suicide bombing. Puppets return to Kabukicho at regular intervals. Once our armed puppet sneaks in, boom. It'll wreak havoc amongst the puppets and give us a chance to assassinate their queen. This way, we can take out the berserker Shinjuku. It does make sense. Wait, that's... Yeah, I guess that'll work. This thing stopped being human a long time ago. Yeah, it's not really alive. It doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't really do anything besides be a literal puppet. So, if it's gonna be a puppet, then why not use it to our own needs? I guess. Any semblance of who it used to be is long gone. It's nothing more than an empty husk now. It's even worse than evil spirits and stuff like that. At least those still have their own personalities. But this thing is completely empty. Nothing we need to concern ourselves about. Tell me, Archer Shinjuku, what is it you would have our master choose? Proof of his willingness to get his hands dirty here in Shinjuku. I assume you've heard the expression, fight fire with fire, yes? Yeah, destroy evil, one must... This is all the evil chapter after all. We have the evil comrades, we got the evil people that we're fighting evil with evil. And this time, we're fighting puppets with puppets, except our puppets are a little bit more explosive than theirs, quite literally. There's also saying in the medical community about how poison in small doses can be a remedy. The same principle that gave us penicillin from blue mold and anti-coagulation meds from leeches. For that matter, vaccines are nothing more than the poison administered in small enough doses to trigger the body's defenses, giving it protection against stronger poisons. You've already proven yourself to be more than worthy of being a master. You have yet to demonstrate your willingness to wade through the muck that is Shinjuku. Hey man, did you see? You know what we've been through. We went through all of like the last singularities, which were actually hell. So I think, you know, yeah, getting our... You haven't proven that you can go through the muck of Shinjuku. You're putting... Like, Shinjuku's bad, yeah, but I think you're putting it a little bit on a pedestal compared to the last thing we did, which was going through the Temple of Time and fighting Solomon. So can you push the button to detonate such a bomb? Now then, it'll take some time to modify this puppet. Feel free to think about it over in the meantime. Why are we wandering the streets? Do we have someone with us? Suppose this won't sound very convincing since I'm not there with you, but always be my master, one who reached out to me. No matter what happens there in Shinjuku, that part of you will always shine forth. I'm still a long way from repaying the debt I owe you. That much I know for certain. You're settling our conscience, which honestly... It's a fucked up situation, and using suicide bombers might not be the most ethical, especially when these things used to be human, but I don't know. It doesn't seem super ethically awful to me. Maybe that's just me not being... because I'm usually pretty empathetic, but this is very clearly, hey, these aren't people anymore, which it hurts, yeah, but there's literally nothing that we can do for them. They've already been killed. They're just mindless walking puppets, no more than a zombie would be, or anything like that. Hey, Archer, how is the cause of our woes doing? The puppet is ready to go, Master. Shall we? Oh, okay. Got over that pretty quickly. Okay, Master. Here's the detonator. I'll tell you when it's the right time. All you'll need to do is press the button. Don't worry, you won't be killing any people. Though I'm sure you'll find that a little solace. Anyway, it's time. Let's go liberate Kabukicho. Oh boy. Ah, shit. I wonder if that'll... we probably still get everything. Stardust, cut to it. Oh, there we go. Stardust, don't cut to anything. There we go. We're back at it. That's the important part.